Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sun Up on 7. It's been quite a treat this Friday. I popped my cherry having this sushi. It was amazing. I recommend you to go ahead and, try new things. That's how you go about growing in life. And it's time for our music treat this Friday. Emilio is joining us today. Emilio, you were here earlier during the week, and we love having you again. This time we're going to be hearing you perform solo. So that's an exciting treat for everybody that's tuning in. I mean, we've been watching the Garifuna Collective and your performance, so we're excited about this. Before we get into that, let's do a check-in.
Okay.
How are you feeling this morning?
I'm amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I rushed here, so I feel
you feel
something's
tough.
going to happen,
Well, something's definitely going to happen. Go play some songs for us.
Yes.
Before we get into all of that, let's talk a little bit about your journey so people can get to connect with you. I know some people just, direct you or connect you with the Garifuna Collective, but of course, you're an artist on your own too as well. That's why you're doing solos as well. Can you tell us about your journey? When did you pick up a guitar? Who told you to pick up the guitar? Like, what was that journey like to get to this point here?
First, I did drumming, and then I was a piano player when I was about maybe 15, 17. And then I was working at this place over the summer, and there were no guitars, no pianos there, so I was getting sick.
Okay.
But there were guitars everywhere, so I had to play music.
Okay.
And so I learned the guitar from a book, from the back covers of a book, and I said, this made sense, and then I started to, my fingers were like purple for 6 days, and then I started strumming, and it made sense.
Wow. So you taught yourself?
Yeah.
From a book?
I taught myself from a book.
Wow. No YouTube, because people use YouTube.
YouTube was like long after. And then when I returned back to Dangriga, my hometown, and I connected with Adrian, I connected with Mark Pasquale, my music teachers in high school. And then it continued.
Wow. So drum, piano, then guitar, because nothing ever in at the spot. So we had to go guitar.
And it's self-taught, so I feel like that on its own speaks a lot, right? Because you're like, I want to get to learn this, and you put your own time and your energy into mastering the craft behind it, right? So you already know, it's taken you through the journeys with the Garifuna Collective.
Yes.
What other experiences have come through your music journey?
I think that I was putting school first, and I missed out of so much. But when the time came for me to decide, the opportunities were as great as the ones before.
Okay.
So I started traveling to Mexico and Honduras. I started traveling among at least 30-something Garifuna communities in Honduras.
Wow.
And then I joined the Garifuna Collective at the end of that year. And so I was very popular, well-known on the peninsula. And I continued traveling within Belize itself, performing at smaller gigs or official gigs. And joined the Garifuna Collective. I slowed down from my solo career.
Yeah.
But I was developing myself and building my network in that time.
Okay.
Perfect, because that's a smart thing to do as an artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're very from the conversation we had during the week, I gather that you're also very, very proud of the opportunity that you have to introduce people to your music, but also to your culture as well, right?
Yes.
So
correct.
It's definitely another plus, being able to be, solo artist, but also participating in these places, going to different communities.
Yes.
Wow.
It's exciting.
I think it is important to let people know a lot about you and where you come from, because then they feel at home in that moment and they want to visit home.
Exactly. He is the ambassador, really. When they hear the music, they're like, man, this is the one that did not believe. I need to go to Belize just because of you, Emilio.
Right.
Imagine what you did.
And the nostalgia, I'm sure. That
Definitely. I mean, it opens the eyes to so many people. And so now, let's give some information to people that want to book you. Because, going on solo means you need to get a bookings, you need to get a gigs. Tell us a little bit about, where can people find your music? Where can people be able to connect with you? Also, you play everything, right? I would believe you play any and everything, but, correct me if I'm wrong.
I play at least 18 instruments, and I see all instruments as the same, because my first language is music.
Okay.
So I don't think that there are too many differences among instruments. So any instrument I can get my hands on and start to interact with.
It's just the sound that would come out that would be different, right?
Exactly. It's just a different voice, but same language.
So 18 different, you have options, people. This is a lot of options that you can say. I mean, I don't feel for the guitar, but I want a piano, or I want, give me only piano and dashing only guitar after that or something. Or, Well, 18, I didn't think about, I didn't even know 18 instruments. So,
Right?
so I'm
That was the same thing I was
when you said
thinking.
18, I'm like,
Yeah.
there's so many instruments.
Yes. So Emilio, you're performing for us today. Can you let us know
Yes.
what's that gonna be?
I think I should play a song that I love.
Okay.
It's a song that I learned when I attended Garifuna song workshops.
Okay.
I fell in love with it and I started to popularize it. And that's the song that I really perform when I'm on the stage.
Nice.
And at the end, I'm going to do Hamala. Hamala is a song that I wrote about 2015, 2016 in Hopkins.
Okay.
It first came to me in a dream. And I dreamt not the words, but the melody. And then I went to visit my friends in Hopkins, Jeremy, and Kieran. And then I started to translate and to finalize the lyrics. I recorded it on my computer, and then I took the project about a year or two later on to Stone Tree, and we started to develop it over a period of 4 to 5 years.
Oh wow.
So
It's properly curated,
yeah.
no? Okay.
So Hamala was released as the first single from the Garifuna Collective in about July.
Okay.
Then it was released a second time in September on the ABBA album. And it was released a third time in 2020
Wow.
on a world compilation
Quite a
album.
dream then.
It's releasing
Yeah,
all over.
quite
Yeah.
a dream to be able to.
Yeah. So the message of Hamala is what every human being in the world can relate to. So
Beautiful.
it's about community and investing in a child,
Wow.
in a
Love
human
it.
being.
And
So
so Emilio, we didn't get the handles to get you from the numbers and stuff for the booking. So could you give that information?
okay, you can book me at 614-1920, and you can also go at sasimo74@gmail.com.
Okay.
You know, so those are the
Email
Yeah.
him or call him, WhatsApp him,
Yeah.
whatever it is you need to do, guys, to get those bookings in 18 different instruments. That's a variety to choose from.
Yeah.
And so you do write music too as well. So
I
if
do write
somebody
music,
wants to have that as an option, that is there too as well, that he can create something beautiful
Yes.
for you, whatever the occasion is. That's
Love
also
it.
something.
Yes.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah. Emilio,
So-
we're so excited to hear your performance. Before we get into that, it's time for us to wrap up the show, Ren. So you're going to be wrapping up the shows with us.
Okay.
So what usually happens that we would give a send-off message to our viewers. So let's get started, Ren.
Yeah. For
Okay.
me, I'm taking a book from a page from Emilio, and I'm going to talk about just the idea of being a good message, a good ambassador wherever you are. Any place, any scene, meeting people in school or so forth. Like, make sure when you represent Belize, you're representing, or any country that you represent, you're representing it wholeheartedly because you're the first signed person that they meet to be able to connect to your country. So handle that with pride. And so that's what I want to say to you guys today.
Yeah. What about you? What's that message you want to put out there to our viewers?
The first impression is lasting, and I believe that the world needs happiness. So one of the best things that you can put on a stage is a smile.
Yes.
You know, so when they want to know where that happiness is coming from.
Yes.
And for me, it is Belize every time when I go out. So
Love it.
what is behind that smile, that starts the conversation. And so that's one of the things that I use on the stage, whether with Garifuna Collective or my group project in Ebese. And that's what I want to always keep because I know it works.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. So my message kind of goes in line with that. It's like, do not judge a book by its cover. You know, reflecting on the conversation we had with Michael from Hands on Heart, you know, like they're doing really great things for the community. They're changing the stereotype as to how we see folks in Majestic Alley, and I feel that's absolutely beautiful. And I reflect on my sushi experience today, right? You get out there, get out of your comfort zone, and get that growth going. So
Get that
with
sushi.
that, I want to say enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. We love you. Thank you so much for interacting with us. And Emilio, we love you, and we thank you for being here. And by all means, grace our viewers with your amazing music.
I love you guys too. Thanks for having me back.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Always welcome. So let's get that music going, guys.
Bye, guys.
Ate jawabe balana nati agabana mugabu. Nate jawabe balana nati agabana mugabu. Nate no Nukuya mamari habadena harapaisano. Disigi yabamena algo baba no mare. Aera na mugelo meniga bure. Jana kopo ni ayebe yabanaga nawa. Jana kopo ni ayebe yabanaga nawa. Lubaga nege lumute buga yabala buga numare. Nade nukuya mamari habatina harapaisano. Disigi yabeme nalgu baba numare. Aera na mugelo meniga bure. Nate chawabe balana nadi akabana mugabu. Nate chawabe balana nadi akabana mugabu. Oh nate mamari hamadina harapaisano. Disigi yebe mer nalugo baba numare. Kaira na mugelo beniga bure. Aera na mugelo meniga bure. All right, second song, Hamala. Hamala, Hamala, Hamala. Amala, amala, amala. Abaira hule, usiete la macho. Aye. Abaira hule, usiete la macho. Amala, 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 amala. Gabafutiwa, luni la saliro. Aye. Oh, wamule bibeti wamegeru. Oh, hamala, 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 hamala. Oh, hamala, hamala, hamala. Amala, amala, amala.